Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently negative in minerals, shockingly, and we're slightly negative in rare crystals and exotic gases as well. So we definitely have some economic work that needs to happen here. We are working on getting a second shipyard online, although that'll take a little bit before that's properly concluded. We do have an astral action available. What do we want to do here? We can probably grab our flash forge of hyper relay. Yeah, let's get going on that for right now. But we're going to have to actually build it at some point. So that's fine. We're going to build it somewhere. I don't yet know where, but we'll figure that out. So on Nahal Industrial here, we should definitely put in an industrial district. That's going to further increase our deficit of minerals, which is fine. I'm not too concerned about that one. On this mining world, we would love to expand our mining world. Unfortunately, we can't. We have to wait for that to migrate. That's okay. It'll get there eventually. We're also about to finish up colonization here. Yeah, on the first of the month.
Construction project
Okay, so that's noted. Over here in Polaris, we can definitely get a couple of anchorages and a hydroponics bay. That'll be fine. And is there another anchorage that we're waiting on? Hang on, something in these anchorages doesn't feel right. Having only one finished there doesn't feel correct. I guess it's because this one is going to be done in just a couple of days. Okay, that makes sense. Let's get these anchorages in and this hydroponics bay. That'll be fine. So there's Jormundir Prime, and let's grab our robot assembly plant. That will be absolutely wonderful. And we're not going to be upgrading these to citadels, so we're just going to be leaving them where they are. That looks good. Okay, now where are you going? Ah, yes, you are going out to settle Zaya here. Now, what do we want to do with it? There are a lot of available districts here. There are a couple of tile blockers. I'm not 100% certain what we want to do with this world yet. It's a very, very big world. So, size 40 Gaia world is insane, just to be clear. That is absolutely bananas. So, we're definitely concerned
phase commencing.
As of right now, about our minerals, but we have a fair number of orbitals that we're going to be turning into, well, mining stations. Kind of like this one, although here in Tuban Prime, are we done building the orbitals here? We are. So this is only going to be able to get so far in terms of its mining. So for now, let's just put in a mineral purification plant. That's going to boost up the production of our astro mining bays. And then let's max out these astro mining bays. That's all the mining we get out of Tuban Prime. And the question then becomes, do we want this to become a refinery? Do we want this to become an industrial world? What do we want it to be exactly? And I think the answer is, in fact, a refinery. Each of these is half a building slot, so we're going to get half of a building slot here. I'm not sure what our current building slot count is. It's probably at 0.25. Yeah, so this is going to get us 3/4 of a building slot. If we want to even that out, we could get one industrial district, and then that would get us this building slot, and then we would need like 6 habitation districts. Mildly awkward. We probably don't even need that, to be honest. We'll come back to Tuban Prime. For now, that is fine. On Alpha Centauri Energy, we can definitely boost up our system capital complex here. That looks great, but what's not great is our mineral situation. Our mineral situation is getting increasingly bad, so I want to go into our policies and edicts here. We can definitely run mining subsidies here. This is going to be a significant boost for us. It only costs 300 unity as well. Let's get going on that. We're gaining about 1,200 right now, so that is going to drop down our unity, for sure. That's interesting. We just went negative in energy credits as well. Well, our minor artifacts here, we can definitely reverse engineer an arcane technology and gain some engineering research. That looks good. What else are we interested in? Well, we can do peaceful applications and reduce amenities usage. No, we'll just take the happiness. And we'll gain a little bit here. We'll gain some unity as well. That'll be fine for now. Okay, so negative on energy credits. That's understood. We don't have much for Dyson Swarms at this point, although I believe we have one somewhere? Or queued up somewhere. It's queued here. Okay. That's reasonably fine. We've got a lot of stuff that we're working on there for now. So we're definitely going to want to have one of these worlds becoming a generator world. Let's get an industrial district on Golba Industrial, on Jaltham Industrial, another industrial district, although we're currently lacking the minerals for that. So I'm going to buy in 1,000 here, and we'll get that built. We just want to get those constructions going as quickly as possible, right? So that'll be absolutely fine. Now, we can continue to queue up ships here, and I want to do that in the second fleet. That is now at full strength. The third fleet here, we could have it upgrade, I suppose. That's fairly cheap. And then we're going to have to start working on the third fleet. So we'll get going on that. But we definitely need these habitats to start coming online. That's for sure. This refinery world here, it needs a job, and it also needs a building slot. So I'm going to put in a city district for the time being. And we'll just keep an eye on our energy credits. Is it either or? Because that happened, the switch happened when we turned on our mining subsidies. Oh, it's because of the energy credit upkeep increase here. Understood. However, that did put us significantly, well, not significantly positive, but positive on all of our rare resources. So that's noted. We're going to have to do something about the energy situation, for sure. And Zadagal here can grab a trait pick. Sure, we can take some ship hull points. Oh wow, we get 8 trait points? Okay, this is going to be a lot. Docked ship upkeep as counselor. He's not currently a counselor, so we're going to go for unyielding 2. Fleet command limit, no thank you. We don't actually need that. Sublight speed is pretty decent. Although I kind of like that fire rate and damage boost. That's really, really good. For small and medium, but we have a lot of small and medium weapons. So, gunship focus is really good. Artillerist is good too. Yeah, this is fantastic. This guy is going to be incredibly powerful. Let's see, what do we want to go for here? Additional ship weapons damage? Sure. Less debris chance, but that's probably fine. Okay, so that looks solid. We're just about good economically. Now, a big part of the reason why we're negative economically right now is because we're over our starbase cap. That increases our starbase upkeep by 25%, and if we go in here, our starbase consumption is currently 250. So 25% of 250 is significant. To be clear, it would be, what, somewhere around like 60, 70, something like that. And that would put us positive in energy credits. So that is absolutely understood. And we knew that this would happen when we went over our cap here. We will deal with that. That will get handled. But for now, I feel like we're in a reasonably okay state. We can always sell things to keep ourselves afloat in energy credits. If we're okay on everything else, then that's reasonably decent. And we're mostly just going to be waiting for additional pops to come in on these stations here. So we can definitely fill out things like these reactor districts. And do we have any of these that have a lot of very solid reactor districts? Well, we're still working on building a lot of the orbitals, so it's going to be a little bit hard to tell in some of these, for sure. Yeah, it is definitely going to be hard to tell for some of them. But for now, this is reasonably fine. Okay, what do you got? For 500 Unity, they want to sell us a Trium brand atmospheric deodorizer. No thank you. Okay, so that is fine. We are going to be continuing to reinforce our third fleet here. We're going to have to start getting going on a fourth fleet eventually, but with our energy credit issue and our minerals being a little bit on the low side, that's probably not the best thing in the world. Okay, this generator world needs a job. That's, of course, a really good thing for us, because each generator district is going to produce about 51 energy credits. That's enough to put us positive once we get another pop growth here. So this assembly is going to be done in 39 months. But this is at least going to offset it significantly. So that's very, very solid. The Caravaneers are thieves. How rude of them. Okay, so we're going to launch our military agenda here. And what do we want next? Well, probably... I don't care about habitability or terraforming at this moment. Pop happiness isn't all that relevant, nor is stability. However, preserving the order is pretty good for us. We're going to get those sweet, sweet resource outputs. So that is going to, I think, further boost our energy credit and mineral production. So that sounds good.
Fleet enhancement supplied.
Yeah, -4. So at this point, once we get the Mars Generator District built here, we should be fine. We can put in a system capital complex. We are lacking a lot of minerals for that. I'm going to buy in 10K to keep us afloat for the moment, and that will be fine. On this Forge World, we're going to put in an industrial district because, you know, that will definitely help our mineral flow, but we're going to get so many minerals out of places like Rimok. Up in Aculum, I would like to upgrade this arc furnace.
Concluded.
And we're going to get going on that. Note that we are currently producing like 68 energy credits and 91 minerals here. This upgrade is going to be a significant boost for us. Hang on a moment. We have a bit of an answer to our question. Look at this. We're currently getting 5 alloys out of Rimok. Let's take a look at that, shall we? So it would appear that the arc furnace is collecting these alloys. Not the other things. These resources are up here. But are they being collected? Presumably they are. We should keep an eye on this. Where is our construction ship right now? It is here. Okay. So presumably these are being collected. The next question, if we upgrade our arc furnace here, would they upgrade? That's another interesting question. However, if we come out here, we can see we're only collecting 5 of them here. But I'm wondering if it's maybe being sent to the orbital habitat. Planet production of 5 alloys. No minerals at all. Okay, so that makes some amount of sense then. Okay, so we're basically throwing away the alloys here. And we're utilizing the arc furnace. I just had another wacky idea. What would happen if we build all of these orbitals, we max out the astro mining bays that we can build here, and then we delete the arc furnace? All of those deposits would go away. Would our astro mining bays deactivate? That's an interesting question. It should, but I don't know that it would. That would definitely be an interesting thing to find out. So this generator world, we don't have anything to do on at this moment. We could think about... I mean, we don't have any ability to gain any additional districts here. I would love to get an additional generator district here. What we really need more than anything, though, is a building slot. And we're not going to get another one without technology at this point. This world is basically maxed out for now. There will likely be ways to further expand it later. Now, this mining world needs a migration. This tech world here, I would love to put in a research complex, and we're definitely going to do that. We just maxed out our astral threads. There's not really anything we can spend it on right now. But this tech world, we definitely do need a research complex upgrade, and our capital needs its final upgrade here. We're still able to get 1 additional district, and actually, I'm going to put in a generator district here, and then upgrade the advanced research complex. That should be reasonably fine for now. I really wish we could do something about this generator world, but we're just going to have to migrate. That's fine. So we're definitely giving up on the base alloys here by making these into orbitals. That's understood. Do we actually want to do that? Well, at this point, I don't think we can destroy Rimok Prime. We could take out its orbitals. Those are destructible. But we can't remove Rimok Prime itself. We can always move the arc furnace and build that elsewhere. The question is, well, we would definitely lose our deposits, but would we lose our astro mining bays if they're pre-built? That is something that is an interesting question that I don't know the answer to, and I kind of want to figure that out at some point. For now, I'm just going to upgrade this robot assembly complex.
Construction project concluded.
Cool. So we just finished building a research station, and that means that the CAR Rio Grande is done in Azalash. So that looks good. Next, we need to, like, come flash forge a hyper relay somewhere. Where do we even want to do that? I mean, there's definitely some places we could, like out over here. Sure, why not? Go do that. That'll be fine. And we're going to want to have a construction ship free fairly soon anyway, because we're going to be finishing up the Science Nexus soon, and we absolutely would love to get a Science Nexus online. So we finished up an orbital in Jormondir. That's looking good. And of course, the third fleet needs to continue to reinforce. We're capped on influence right now. So I want to come down over here and continue to make claims on these jerks. Fantastic. That'll do the trick for now. Wonderful. And we can, of course, continue to reinforce the third fleet. But that's going to be reasonably expensive. How are we doing on that? How much... Are we still working on corvettes here? Corvettes and then battleship. Interesting. Yeah, this is making battleships at this point. For sure. But I'm noticing that we're definitely missing some cruisers and destroyers here, too. So that's exciting. Okay, well, that's all absolutely fine. We are capped on astral threads. I would love to spend some, but we can't for a few more days here. That's fine. Everything is looking pretty decent here as far as building tall goes. I feel like we have lots of expansion opportunity here still. So this is a mining world, and I definitely do want to continue to work on mining here. No doubt about that. But I think the best upgrade here is a robot assembly complex. So we'll grab that. This is a mining station here. We'll build a system control habitat. This is a lot of building slots right now, and that's due to our orbitals. So we can definitely grab some amenities here, and I think that would be a good thing to put in a holo theater. We'll also get some amenities from upgrading our capital, which is fine. This mining world, of course, just needs a migration, and we could manually migrate it. So we could just move this guy somewhere where there are jobs. Like, there's one on Kadraka Prime. Is there anywhere that has a bunch of jobs open? Actually, yes, Tuban Prime does. So we can move you right on over there. You can work as a miner. Perfect. So that looks solid. Another orbital building up in Ednit. That seems okay. And we just need to tick forward a few days here to get these completed. And yeah, this doesn't start its cooldown until it's actually used. So that's good to know. That is definitely good to know. We will continue to reinforce our third fleet here. And that is that still putting in battleships? We do need a number of additional battleships. Okay, that's actually a trio of cruisers. Concluded. But the Zeron station just finished up. Let's put in 2 additional shipyards here. And we want to put in, what, a crew quarters? Yeah, we want to put in a crew quarters right now. Okay, that'll be fine. So we just finished up Dragon Scale Armor. That is going to be a pretty significant thing for us, of course. Mining station output plus 10% would actually be really good. Let's grab that. That's going to do a significant boost out over here in particular. And we've still got this arc furnace upgrading, so that's going to be an extremely significant boost. The main thing I don't like about what's going on here in Rimok is that we are throwing away these alloys. It's a fairly small amount of alloys, and it might overall be worthwhile. We would have to consider that, for sure. So we'll think about that. But for now, what I really want to do is I want to get our ships upgrading to Dragon Scale Armor. I want to check to see if they auto-upgraded. Looks like they did. Fantastic. So that means that all of these ships here need to start upgrading. And that's going to be pretty expensive. We're going to get all of these upgraded. And that's going to keep this busy for a while. I'm actually going to cancel this battleship and these 2 cruisers. This will get immediately eaten up as we get these upgrades completed. So I'm not too concerned about that yet. There it goes. Fantastic. So the Zeron station, we're going to want to get this upgrading as well eventually. We don't need to queue it up immediately. And we're going to be spending alloys on these upgrades for a little bit here, but it shouldn't take us too long to get through these upgrade queues. Let's see here, 13%? It'll take a little while, I guess. Okay, so we just dipped negative on our energy credits again, and exotic gases are very slightly negative. That's fine. I'm not too concerned about our economy at this point. I definitely think we can make this work. We're going to continue to be a little bit neutral on our energy credits right now for a little bit. But again, I'm not too concerned about that. We can always sell off things like Zero or Dark Matter. We've got so much of particularly Zero. In fact, I'm going to sell off 500 right now, and we'll let the price start to recover from that. So that looks good. My question is, how many more month ticks of alloys is it going to take to fully allocate for these upgrades? Man, look at that just go up. I love it. I love it. 134K right now, and we're currently only 52% done upgrading there. So yeah, that's definitely going to take some time. No doubt about that. How many ships are actually in the upgrade queue here? 230. Okay. Yeah, that'll be a little bit. That's fine. That'll definitely eat up a lot of our alloys, although we've got alloys. I think we're allocated. Fantastic. That's really solid. That didn't take too long to get that all allocated over. I really like that. Cool. So these advanced research complexes are going to be finishing on Earth. Earth is now kind of done. We're probably going to swap these agriculture districts over to, say, generator districts, and we should probably do that. Let's get that queuing up right now. We really don't need the food production here, and it should be okay. There's the science nexus ready to go. Energy credits from jobs would be theoretically nice, but let's grab gateway construction here. And at this point, I want to go grab this guy. And where do we want to put our science nexus? I kind of want to put it in TUs. I don't intend to build orbitals here because there's not a lot of planets for a habitat to exploit. So I feel like this is a decent place for that, and we would like to build... Do we not have to put that in orbit of a star or a world anymore, or can it only be a world? Okay. Yeah, we're lacking alloys for it. Looks like it can only be a world, not a star. So I would probably put it over like this barren world over here. And we'll need to wait a little bit for additional alloys to come in. That's fine. We'll need 5,000 of those. Mining station output just finished up. That is going to be a significant gain for us. No doubt about that. Civilian replicomplexes is something we could definitely grab, or metallurgist output. I'm going to go for Ripper autocannons, so that is a sizable upgrade for us, and that will be phenomenal. We do have a number of ships utilizing autocannon right now, and getting level 2 autocannon would be phenomenal. Ah, yes. So these guys have settled over here. 7 pops currently. Noted. So we need to go into our species, and we need to see... Lipians, huh? Well, they're welcome here. But, of course, they're going to have to leave their bodies at the gate. That is fine. Fantastic. So these orbitals are continuing. And where's that construction ship at? Here it is. We've got 5K alloys at this point. So let's build our megastructure. Can we build it over one of these asteroids instead? No, we can't. It has to be a planet. Okay. So let's build our science nexus down over here. That's going to take a fair amount of time to get that done. Excellent. There is our first fleet done at 139K at this point. And there's going to be more upgrades flowing in fairly soon. So I want to check over here, 250 days still, 72 and 95. That's looking solid. What's less solid is our energy credits right now, and we're at -1 exotic gases, which is about where we expected to be honest. This mining station over here can definitely get a habitat central control. Let's get going on that one. Excellent. And we can put additional alloys into, for now, upgrading to a star fortress in Zeron. That'll be okay. And we can continue, of course, to pump out the ships for the third fleet. So this is only going to be like 1 battleship worth, which is fine. Yeah, that's definitely producing exactly one battleship. Sure. So, looking at these upgrades. The upgrades for the Federation fleet are going very slowly. Whereas the upgrades for our fleet is going fairly quickly. I'm guessing we're just not actually working on it.
Research concluded.
I think that's what's happening here. So that's reasonably fine. Ripper autocannons are now done. I would like to go directly into Stormfire autocannons. Juggernauts also exist here. So that's a thing. Colossal assembly yards would need to go in, like, on this resource silo. That would be reasonably fine. We could do that. But I think we're just going to grab Stormfire autocannons for right now. I find Juggernauts to be... I mean, having the mobile shipyard is kind of useful, but it's limited use, in my opinion. I mean, sure, it's definitely a strategic advantage, but it's not, like, the biggest thing you've ever seen. So... that is fine. We're going to get a research complex on Canum Science, and we're continuing to build orbitals. I want to check in, do we have any construction ships not constructionating? The answer is we do not. Okay, sounds good. So we should also definitely have Stormfire autocannons now, and that's going to be primarily on our corvettes, or rather Ripper autocannons. On our corvettes, and it did not upgrade on our destroyers, which indicates that we don't have enough power. So let's check in here. If we did this, we'd be at -1 power. Okay. We could ditch an afterburner.
Fleet enhancement
and we'd
supplied.
be able to put in something like a shield hardener or a reactive booster, or rather a reactive armor. I don't think a reactor booster is necessary here. I'm thinking a shield hardener might end up being the way to go, but that's more power. So, reactive armor? Reactive armor fits. Okay. So we can't do that while the second fleet is upgrading. Let's grab the second fleet here, and let's tell it, stop updating. Okay. There we go. And then we would come into our ship designer here again. The destroyer is set correctly. We need to save it. And then I want to just double check these. So we still don't have the level 5 guns here, which is slightly awkward. Okay, that is at medium range. Just wanted to double check that. Cool. So we can get these upgrading again. That will be relatively cheap for all of this. Well, this one's a little bit more expensive, but that's because we're doing the armor upgrade as well. Okay, and let's reinforce this fleet. Fantastic. So now we're building some cruisers. We're building the battleship as well. We do need a job over here, and of course, we want robot assembly yards here, for sure. So let's get that robot assembly plant ongoing. Beyond that, what else are we interested in here? We're going to need 5 jobs. So this is going to give us 1 roboticist job. Well, I'm definitely interested in clearing the tile blockers here. Then... let's see here. 3, 6, 9, 12. And then this would be 15. So this is 27 total districts between these two. We could do it that way. So 27 total districts would give us 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus the upgrades from planetary administrations. So this could be an energy and mining world, and then also do some refinery. I feel like we don't need additional alloys at this moment. I feel like we're doing okay on that. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards doing. So what this would end up being then is this would be an energy grid, and this one would be a mineral purification plant, like that. We would need to move these guys down, and these are only going to give, like, I think 3 total jobs here. So I would also like to build a generator district and a mining district. Something like that. Okay, that should keep that world busy for the time being. That'll be okay. This industrial world requires a planetary administration. That is a very good thing to put on an industrial world, of course. And we're working on research complexes here. This fortress world requires a job, and we'll definitely upgrade our fortress there. Okay, what else do we have going on for jobs? Not a whole lot at the moment. That seems fine. We're continuing to work on these orbitals. They definitely take a while to build, but they're exceptionally powerful, and they allow you to build super tall. But it is
Fleet
a little
enhancements
past time to
applied.
put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to see about dealing with the exotic gases, but we are currently... Oh, astral threads. Right. Let's gain our physics insight and astral boost. There we go. We're currently needing to do a fair amount of expansion of our fleets. That is absolutely something that is in the cards here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.